Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 1 in a series. This was taken from Gcup 50, or Gcup 50. This is going to be Lawliet versus Believe here on, I believe this was Amazonia. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down here as we see Lawliet spawning as the yellow Night Elf player on the top right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Believe has spawned as the pink Undead on the bottom left. This is Undead versus Night Elf, as I mentioned, and as you guys have known from the past, the Death Knight opening up with ghouls is a very, very strong strategy that has really been giving a lot of Night Elf players a little bit of problems. It's because of this particular opening, the Ancient of War opening, which is the strongest opening for Night Elves. Because of the fact that, because of the fact that the Ancient of War is tanking all of this damage and not dealing damage to either the Demon Hunter or the Archers. Now, the downside to this specific proposition, though, is that because the Ancient of War is uprooted and fighting, he is not training up nearly as many units. There is a quick detonation there, so nicely played, nicely done, as the Demon Hunter already sitting at level 2 and has Claws of Attack +6. Will Believe be able to take this little small advantage there? And oh no, unable to hide a wisp inside there as the ghouls are trying to get into position. Tree of Life now training up an additional wisp right there. And as you guys know, it is often easy enough to try and hide your wisp in locations where the Death Knight and other melee units cannot hit it. Apparently that does not work on this particular map, or this map was just doesn't have those locations readily available. Now let's go ahead and head back over here. Ghouls now creeping away from that Death Knight, and this is how the Death Knight is going to make up a bit of his lost time. The Death Knight and the Undead army have been just training so many ghouls constantly for that lumber collection that it doesn't really need to creep next to the Death Knight. Tome of Agility has been dropped. Very, very nice item there. An additional +1 attack, faster attack speed, slightly more armor as he continues to level up. As the Death Knight now retreats back home, but he does have Death Coil, and that should help him out in the next stage of the games. So far, ghouls taking a little bit of Death Coil. There is a Cloak of Shadows picking up some items. There's a Rod of Necromancy use, as well as the ghoul heading back on the Blight. As you know, ghouls on Blight, or any Undead unit on Blight, heals twice or twice as fast as the normal regeneration. As you can see, a Wisp actually getting ensnared off over there. I have never seen a Wisp ensnared in between the trees like that, as we are now looking into a Mantle of Intelligence. Alright, so far, getting every witch item except for the item that he really wants, those Slippers of Agility. He may end up selling some of those items, pick up a Staff of Teleportation, and maybe even Boots of Speed. There you go, getting up to level 3. He is going to be able to really mana burn his way through a lot of the problems that normally face Night Elf players at this point. And it looks like Lawliet has gone past that rather dangerous portion of the the early game. The Demon Hunter, as long as he does not get surrounded here, should be in a very, very good spot. The Archers are going to be able to get in some easy damage as well. As you know, Archers have that additional magic resistance. I forget what it's called exactly, but it looks like the picture of a moon. The Archers actually have a little bit of a resistance against magic damage. Hence, the Death Coil on a Death Knight does not deal the full 100 damage there, as the Demon Hunter gets another little bit of experience there. So far, Demon Hunter really putting on the pressure. Death Knight really unable to counteract anything, but this is where the Undead really start to shine. You can see him perhaps try and pick up a Naga Sea Witch or a Lich here. You can see the tech to tier 2, and most likely what we're also going to see is those slaughterhouses. Now, Slaughterhouse does eventually mean a very strong number of Obsidian statues and Destroyers potentially, and then we should be looking at dual Ancients of Lore coming in from the Night Elf. There's one Ancient of Lore. A second dual Ancient of Lore should be coming in, as well as, oh no, the Demon Hunter having a little bit of problem right there. Is he going to be able to get out of this really dangerous spot? Panda needs to get off a Breath of Fire. Now he's getting in some additional attacks here. Demon Hunter in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to be able to push his way out of here? There goes one. Demon Hunter just going to continue to fight. There is a Cloak of... Wow! Demon Hunter survives at 22 hit points. Death Knight going to end up falling. And what a turn of events. The Death Knight trying to trap in and stop the Demon Hunter from escaping, only to see the Demon Hunter burn through a scroll of Town Portal, escape, and have the Death Knight fall. Lawliet, if he was not in the driver's seat controlling this game before, he is now, as he's going to have about 45 seconds to do some free creeping with this Demon Hunter and this Panda. Panda, very, very strong hero during this mid-game portion. However, his ability to use Breath of Fire does fall off significantly as the Undead transitions away from ghouls. Breath of Fire, not very effective against those Crypt Fiends since they have a larger unit radius. They do not clump up together nearly as much. And on top of that, we are most likely going to be looking at a handful of destroyers as well. And that Panda just is not strong enough, short of perhaps gargoyles being used in order to, hippogriffs being used in order to try and counteract those destroyers, which may then be called for gargoyles, but more than likely it is going to be Crypt Fiends. All right, Demon Hunter, could have easily gotten or finished off this there. Derek gets a very easy ensnare. Naga Sea, which is currently sitting at level 2, drops a Sentry Ward, will be able to keep eyes on target for quite some time, as it looks like Lawliet continuing his creep pattern, knowing that he doesn't really need that much mana on his Panda. Now, we should be looking at a Lich coming out soon, if not already out. We should be also looking at an Orb of Corruption being picked up at some point as well by that Lich. We need another Ziggurat, though. There is the Ziggurat right on time. Are we going to be getting a Lich once we get to 425 gold? I do believe so. They're up to 428. And so far, still no signs of that third Undead hero. We're about 8 minutes and 30 seconds into this game. Demon Hunter coming back on the other side. Mana burns the Death Knight once more, denying a bit of mana. As we can see, the Naga Sea Witch is most likely going to be trying to shoot those cold arrows and slow down this speedy Demon Hunter. There is that Lich, as I mentioned earlier. An army of archers, one bear, one Druid of the Clod Adept training, and one Dryad. This is really going to come down to position and placing, as Believe is not that far behind. You can take a look. There's the engagement right now. As long as the Naga Sea Witch does not get mana burned 2 or 3 more times, things will be okay. Obsidian Statue getting caught out of position. That is going to be a little bit of an issue as well, as the Obsidian Statue is trying to get away down to 69 hit points. He is trying to run all the way back home, and it looks like he will be able to do exactly that. The Death Knight does offer Unholy Aura, and as unholy as that aura is, it does give regeneration to mechanical units as well. Demon Hunter coming in for the mana burn. There is a mana burn onto the Naga Sea Witch. If he hit the Obsidian Statue, that would have been death for the Obsidian Statue, but no, the Obsidian Statue is still alive for a little while longer, as alive as, well, a mechanical statue can be. All right, Lich coming over, going to be using that Orb of Corruption very effectively. However, the Demon Hunter trying to strike while the iron's hot. However, the ghouls quickly surround that target as the Demon Hunter once more gets a rejuvenation. Up in that very front spot, you saw the Death Coil coming in there. There is also the Destroyer at 152 mana. The Death Knight really needed that mana for the Destroyer. Instead, had to use the Death Coil on the Death Knight to mitigate a little bit of mana loss there, as he would have ended up losing it anyways. All right. Forest Troll Trapper going to get taken down. There is a Destroyer still taking a bit of damage once more. Death Knight now making its way over. Is it going to catch any of these units? Death Knight, this could be a little bit of a play here. There is another mana burn as the Demon Hunter in a little bit of trouble. He does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, so 7 seconds of freedom here as he quickly has to use it. All right, are we going to see a Devour Magic? Yes, we do. There's a Devour Magic, and that really opened things up as it does remove some of the roar. However, the archer is able to finish pelting it down as a Breath of Fire blows past a handful of ghouls. All right, there goes the Crypt Fiend. It looks as though the bears are doing significantly more damage than I expected them to, as we don't see any Frost Novas. This is actually a little bit of a surprise. There goes a Frost Nova as the units are trying to run away. All right, Druid of the Claw. Are we going to perhaps get a Staff of Preservation? Druid of the Claw, one does get taken down. Another one will be able to retreat all the way back home. Staff of Preservation is now in order as the 2 sentries are down over here. They do spot each other, and they are going to clear each other up here in just a second. All right. Losing that initial Destroyer really hurt any chances of Believed really being able to win that one skirmish. Down across over here, only an Enforcer, level 5 Enforcer is left. Very, very easy bit of experience. But, and a Tome of Agility +2. Okay, if someone, thank you, the observer, whoever is pinging a Tome of Agility +2. I don't know if you actually watch my channel, but if that was you, please drop me a line and leave some comments, like my videos, as I continue to cast off over here. All right, Lawliet looking as he finds a couple of ghouls out of position. He may get some free experience right there. There's already one ghoul, a second ghoul, and third ghoul. If they do go down, may actually give the Demon Hunter level 4, and that is, my friends, going to be a problem. However, a bear gets lost in the process. That may actually all have been worth it if somehow Believe purposely engaged just to try and bait a bear. That would have been one of the best baits, I think. Accidental baiting still very strong, as the Demon Hunter just shy of level 4. Off to the north, no expansion here. May try and creep out this top left location. However, there is a sentry ward here, and it is spotted. Oh, there it is. Lawliet does spot the sentry ward. Who's going to get the arrow down first? And both of them get taken down at pretty much the same exact time. Destroyer now going to try and engage. Drew to the Claw, taking a fair bit of damage. You can see how much damage that Destroyer really does. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, and across multiple units there. So far, it looks like bear number 1 gonna get stabbed. A preservation away. Lich still trying to engage as the Demon Hunter now surrounded. This is gonna be a very big problem. Level 4 only to die after leveling up, as we still see this fight going strong. All right, Panda now sitting at level 4. He has a potion of full invulnerability, 15 seconds of fun in the sun, so to speak, as this Panda isn't going to be able to staff up preservation in time. It may be on cooldown, and yes, it is on cooldown. Down it goes. Lawliet, who was in a very, very good position in the early stages of the game, Believe, has really come back strong, as we're now looking at a rather large army, rather powerful army here. Level 3 Naga Sea Witch, level 2 Lich here. We're going to see them try and engage. There is going to be some boulders. No boulders being cast onto that Crypt Fiend. Not quite sure why, as that is often the case there. All right, we're going to get a little bit of focus fire, and that -5 armor, all damage increased by 6%. Meanwhile, we're going to be engaging off over here. Demon Hunter now with the potion of lesser invulnerability. He's going to quickly use that. There's the Death Coil saving the Lich. There's a Frost Nova. Staff of Preservation used once more. Demon Hunter still playing with a very, very dangerous deck of cards right now. That Demon Hunter is going to end up falling if he's not careful. All right, Panda may get lost in this process. There's a Death Coil, and it goes down. Demon Hunter saved. Level 4 Panda down. And now it looks like Believe is going to have time to do exactly what he wants to do right here. Make his way over. Oh, there's a Devour Magic. Easy way to regenerate some hit points and get some extra damage in as well, as we're looking at another Lightning Shield. There's another Devour Magic there. Those are going to get taken out without any real issue. Rune Bracer is being left behind again. I think that's the third set of Rune Bracers that I've seen. Demon Hunter has one. I thought the Undead army had one as well, but they may have sold it, or I might be mistaken. So far, it looks like the Granite Golems are next on the menu. Believe going to be able to finish off these Granite Golems fairly quickly. That Granite Golem, however, with a very, very nasty, essentially thunderclap. They're dealing damage across multiple units. That Granite Golem taking so much damage as well, down to 146, as the Rock Golem also falling down as well. Well, nope, not yet, not quite yet. Gonna fall down here in one more shot. There it goes. Medallion of Courage, +4 Strength, +4 Intelligence. That Death Knight up to 1125 hit points. Going up against Claws. No, wait, what? Oh, Django, Endurance Aura. All right, Endurance Aura now being left behind there. And also picking up a potion of lesser invulnerability. Dryads and Bears. Lawliet getting that Panda. And this is, my friends, the issue with that Panda. The Panda is not that strong in the mid-game of this Night Elf versus Undead matchup. You can take a look across over here. Death Knight still wandering around, looking to perhaps find some extra creeps on the map, and there are no more creeps, no more ways to get experience short of killing each other. We're going to be coming off to the north here. Demon Hunter looking to engage. Moonwells are rather barren and quickly uses a Moonstone in order to try and refill all of that. All right, Dryads doing their best to keep those Demon Hunters alive. A Death Coil saving one just long enough. It looks like, though, we're going to get a Breath of Fire. There is going to be a lot of missing and a lot of damage over time with that Breath of Fire still coming into play as the Demon Hunter tries to get away. Another Mana Burn goes down. Death Knight may be able to get off a Death Coil. No, will not be able to, as the Demon Hunter uses a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability again to stay around for a little while longer. Even though this army is very, very bad at taking down buildings, it does not look like Lawliet can really hope to engage at this point, short of losing a lot of bears and dryads against the Crypt Fiends and these destroyers. All right, let's go ahead and take a look back across over here. Crypt Fiend does get taken down. There's a little bit of a win for Lawliet, but it still does not look good. One bear now taken down. Demon Hunter now taken down. Death Knight up to level 5. Level 5. Death Knight, are we going to see? Nope. No Frost Nova Death Coil coming in from the Undead primary heroes, but Believe takes down Lawliet in game number 1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.